Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Thomas Iranga. I'm a coach with the OEFC West. Uh, I'm a coach with the '05 boys team, the '06 slash '07 boys team, and I also work with the 2011 Academy boys team. The reason I'm coming to you guys today is to put together a short video on static stretching, kind of walk through a couple of stretching moves that are classified under static stretching, show you the positions that you typically hold when you engage in the static stretching. But the one thing I want to emphasize before we jump right into it is the importance of making sure your muscles are warm and pliable before you engage in static stretching. What is the meaning of the word static before we go any further? Static means non-moving. It's not moving, it's not changing, it's stationary. Hence the importance of making sure it's warmed up, it's pliable, and it's ready to be engaged in that action of stretching. So you want to get a good warm up in. You want to make sure your muscles are pliable. You want to make sure your muscles are loose before engaging static stretching. Now that's not to say you cannot stretch after you exercise. It's just as important. It's equally as important to stretch before you work out as it is to stretch right after you work out. Those are the two best parts that you want to make sure you're getting the full extent of your stretches. So without further ado, we'll jump right into it. I'm going to start from the top, walk my way down to the bottom, and hopefully you can find this useful. So the first thing you want to start with, where you're upright, start with the right side of your neck, is you want to bring your left arm over your head, grab around the ear area, and just tilt your head to the left a little bit, and make sure you're holding that tension on the right side of your neck for a couple of seconds. I would hold this for about 10 to 12 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure you get the opposite side of that. So I bring my right arm over my head, go right around the ear area, tilt my head to the right, and hold for another 10 or 12 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Right side, left side. There's a symmetry in your body. There's a right side and there's a left side. So whatever you're doing on the right side, you want to make sure you do to the left side. So from the neck area, we're going to move to the triceps. Bring your arm across your chest with your left arm locking to the back of your elbow, and then push towards your chest and hold in that position. Now it's very important that you also remember the idea behind putting that pressure behind your elbow or holding the right side of your head and tilting it to your left should not be accompanied with pain. All you're trying to get is some kind of tension on that muscle group that you're trying to stretch. So I want to hold these for a couple of seconds. I'll probably hold these for more than 5 seconds. So I'll just count in 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now with the same arm, we've just walked on the triceps. I want to bring my right arm over my shoulder, my right shoulder. Bring my left arm behind my elbow and push back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, those two stretches we just worked engage the triceps and the traps. So you're stretching your triceps and your traps at the same time. Do the same thing for the left side. I want to bring my left arm across my chest, lock my arm behind my left elbow, and pushing towards my chest. Hold for 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Bring my left arm over my left shoulder. Bring my right arm right behind my elbow and pull back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Loosen up a little bit, loosen up a little bit. From there, you want to stick your arms out and pull towards the back to engage your scapular area, and hold in that position for about 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Want to relax. We've come from the neck, we'll move to the triceps, we walk the traps, we walk the upper back, and we engage the lower back. For the lower back, you want to get down on the ground, lay on your stomach, arms planted just above your head, and you want to hoist yourself up ever so slowly. You don't want to push right back up. Slowly bring yourself up. Slowly. And then once you get to a point where you feel that tension is really engaged, hold that. Pause for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go back down. Now remember, right at the top of the video, we talked about walking both ends. If you're walking your left, you're walking your right. We've just engaged the lower back in a concave position. Now we want to try to engage it in a convex position. Now for that, you want to hold this position on your knees, hands flat on the ground, and now you want to arch your back up. And once you get to the highest point, hold that position for 7 to 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Breathe, hold, breathe, hold. Turn back around. From the lower back, I'm going to try to move to your quads or your hamstrings. Now the quads and hamstrings, there's multiple ways you can do it. You can do this standing up, you can do this sitting down. Now the reason I choose to engage in walking my quads and my hamstrings sitting down is because I just finished doing my lower back. I was sitting down, so rather than going back up and doing the hamstrings and the quads, I can just engage them in a sitting position. Now for this, feet together, toes pointed towards me. I reach for my toes and not necessarily pull your feet back. Just want to make sure you get the tension in the back of your leg. So I'm over here, I'm holding that position for 7 to 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I want to relax. Now for these stretches, you can do multiple sets just based on how much of a stretching you need. If after one set you feel like you're really engaged in that stretch, then there's no need for you to go for an extra stretch. But if you feel like you need more, you can always incorporate a second set or a third set. Now we are walking this area right here. We just walked the lower back, we've walked the hamstring, and I want to try to get my groins engaged. I'm going to try to get my hip flexors engaged. I'm going to try to get the inner part of my thighs engaged in a stretch. So to get my groin, I want my left knee on the ground and my right foot planted. And in this position, I want to push my right knee forward while engaging my groin. So I'm going to pull this left leg while I push my right knee out. And then once I feel the inside of the groin tense up and I get that tension engaged, I'll try and hold that position for about 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn around and switch. Same thing. Plant the left foot on the ground, right knee on the ground. Drive your left knee forward while you push your right thigh towards the ground to engage the groin area. Count for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Now you remember, I walk the hamstring up just down my groin. Now I'm walking my way up towards my quad. So I'm gonna switch to the initial position, right foot on the ground, left knee on the ground, and I'm gonna try to hold the front part of my ankle and pull forward. Now while I'm holding my ankle up off the ground, my right foot is planted. I'm gonna try to push forward with my hip. So push forward with my hip. Remember, I'm not pulling my knee in. I'm just driving my hip towards the ground while I push my foot forward. I'm gonna try to push that towards the ground. The need is to feel this part of your thigh engaging. Those are your quads. I'm gonna switch. Hold my right ankle. Push my left knee forward as I'm pushing my right thigh towards the ground. 3, 2, 1, and stop. In case you noticed, the first time I did that stretch, I was positioned to execute, but I kept trying to push my right foot forward. And the reason for that is, while I'm engaging in pulling my ankle up off the ground and I'm pushing my knee forward, the position I'm trying to avoid getting at is my knee extending past my toe. That's a vulnerable point. That's a point where you're putting way too much pressure on your knee, and you basically susceptible. The position is basically susceptible to injuries. So you always want to make sure while you're in this position, pushing your knee forward, at its highest point, your knees don't go past your toes. So let's just try to remember that. So we've walked the hamstring, we've walked the groin, walked our way up to our quads. Now we're gonna try to engage the glutes. So for that, I'm gonna try and get in a figure 4 position. I'm gonna go down, get in a figure 4 position, which is basically bending my right knee and setting my left leg right behind my ankle, planting both hands on the ground, and then thrusting down towards the ground. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to push the right side of my body towards the ground so I can engage the glutes. And once I feel that tension engage, I'm gonna try and hold this position for about 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Oh, that was a good one, I felt it. We'll switch. Figure 4 with the left knee, right leg all the way stretched out behind the left heel. Arms planted on the ground, and then thrust your hip, left hip towards the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and relax. Now, for that one, I felt the outside of the glute stretch. I'm also going to try to get the back end part of it to get the stretch that we need. Sorry about that. Still going to get in the figure 4 position, but in this case, rather than thrust my hip, the outside of my hip towards the ground, I'm just going to slide back. Just slide as far back as I possibly can. Now in this case, my elbows are down, not so much my palm, because I'm not trying to push anything down. All I'm trying to do is slide back. So I'm going to cross, make sure that I get the figure 4 all set up, and then with my left leg that is stretched out, I'm going to try as much as I can, pull as far back as I possibly can to get that stretch and that tension engaged. Hold that for 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. Same thing on the opposite side. You got to get the symmetry going. That balance is very, very important. What you do for the right, you got to make sure you do for the left side too. Now in this position, I'm gonna slide back, keep sliding, and hold that position. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Slowly rise back up. Okay, we've walked the hamstring, we've walked the groin, we've walked the quad, we've walked the glutes, the outside and the back part of it. Now we slowly slide down to the calves. And for this one, the calf stretch I like to engage in is holding this position, V position, and then take my right leg, rest it right on top of my Achilles on the left side of my on my left heel, and then slowly push back, slowly push back, slowly push back. Up to the point where I feel the tension on my hamstring, hold that position. 7 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly walk back out. Slowly walk back out. Switch. Left over right. Slowly push back out. Slowly push back out. Slowly push back out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. Now, quick pointer. While I'm holding this position with my right over my left and the slide up, what you don't want to do is this. We don't want the knee to bend. So I don't want this. Alright? Gotta make sure I maintain the straight up and down. From the bottom of my foot all the way to my hip. So I'm coming up, all the while maintaining the straight posture. Both for the left and the right. Very, very important. Now there's a lot of stretches that I probably left out, guys. A lot. But for the most part, what you want to try to do if you're trying to get these static stretches in is you want to make sure you're engaging all the major muscle groups. All the major muscle groups. And also don't forget, warming up is very, very important. I cannot emphasize that enough. There's no point in you engaging 1,000 stretching exercises if your muscles are not pliable, if they're not warm, and they're not primed for the stretching. So remember, warm up, stretch, play. Warm up, stretch, exercise. Then after you're done engaging in the main body of the activity that you're engaging in, could be exercising, could be training, or could be playing any kind of sport. Once you're done with that, at the tail end of it all, it's also very important that you engage in a stretching regimen. Try to make that a big part of your daily routine, and it's bound to help you in a lot of ways. Keeps you mobile, keeps you flexible, and basically just keeps you going. I hope that short clip, I hope that content helps, and stay fresh, stay healthy, keep stretching, and enjoy yourself. Take care, guys. See you guys soon. Bye.